on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So today is Wednesday. That's right. It's hump day, and I'm going to be honest with you. It kind of feels like a hump day right about now because Bitcoin is down 3.39%. You can see we're sitting just barely above 9,000. In fact, we had a wick this morning. We had a slight recovery bouncing off the 200 daily, which essentially you could see right here. But basically, Bitcoin is just sitting at the very, very bottom of this pretty much support right here, and it looks like it's actually trying to push lower. So the question is, are we actually going to fill that 8.8K gap? And if that is the case, then we would actually go below the 200 daily. So it's kind of weird because we want to fill the gap, but we also don't want to fall back below the 200 daily. So essentially that's what I want to talk about today. And I am going to keep today's video super short and quick and get right to the point because yesterday it took me a really long time to get the video uploaded. So going to keep it short today, guys, but you know I could not leave you hanging. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Also, if you guys are not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We do this every single day. You guys know that. And of course, the Ledger Nano S we do give away every single Monday. I do not have it on me right now, but all you got to do is drop a comment on any video and you're eligible. Now, let me give this a quick refresh. Bitcoin dominance is about 67.4%. You can see a lot of the coins are actually in the red today. We do have some gainers. I mean, Molecular Future going buck wild over here, 40%. IOST, Chili, Zella, Aurora, KuCoin. So there's a few, but then essentially we basically go to the break even and then the majority are actually in the red. So having a look over here, you notice that the volume has been pulling back a little bit. Now, this is to be expected as we're just sort of continuing this like sideways movement essentially. But basically over here on Coin Farm, you could see that the shorts are up over the long. So currently right now, the traders are essentially a little bit bearish right now, right? So having a look right here, the big issue is that we got rejected at this red line right here, which was the $9,484 level. Now, currently we have been pushing downwards, potentially to fill the futures gap. However, in order to be bullish again, you would want to actually get above that level and actually close a daily candle. That would be good. Having a look at essentially what we've done is we were looking for a bit of either, a breakout or a breakdown right here. But what Bitcoin did was it actually came down here. That was essentially, it was looking like it was going to dump. And then the support became the resistance. And then we flipped it. And if we actually look at the trend line right here, which was holding us down, that actually became support. You can even see right down here, if I zoom in, we literally wicked to it pretty much just as I was like making the video. So, this is the level we're looking at, this sort of $9,022 level, because that is the last of the support. After that, there is no more support. So then we would essentially fall lower, right? But hey, according to Peter Schiff, Bitcoin's recent sharp rally likely had nothing to do with China or any fundamental factor. It clearly looks like market manipulation by whales looking to sucker in momentum buyers by pumping up a technically weak market. They are able to dump more Bitcoin at higher prices. I love the Jonah Hill reference. But you can see over here, I actually respect this response by Cryptoholic. He goes, so when it dumps, it's always because it's fundamentally flawed. When it pumps, it's because of whale manipulation. You can't have it both ways. Picking and choosing subjective reasons to justify your bias. Why not put your ego in the back seat and admit that you made a bad call? But, guys, clearly this was a head and shoulders. And if we listen to Peter Schiff, it was going down to 2K and you would have literally sold just before the massive pump. So, hey, you got to take these guys with a grain of salt, right? So even if we have a look at this cup and handle formation, which I have seen a lot of people referring to it as, I don't really think it matters if you draw it in, a triangle or you draw it like this. Essentially, we did the exact same thing. We were down here inside the trend, we popped up, and now we're currently sitting on top. The resistance became support, essentially. So that's the situation all across the board, what is happening right now. Now, obviously, if we are looking to close this gap right now, keep in mind, we don't actually have to go down that far. Essentially, just to close the wick right here, you're looking at about a 2.38% move for Bitcoin. So honestly, I could see us wick down. That's a possibility. I could definitely see that happening, even, today or tomorrow. Maybe today could happen for sure. But you could see right here, there was a little bit of actually kind of bullish confidence right now. And that was the fact that when we did have the wick right here on this candle down to 8,985, we instantly wicked back up above the 200 daily right here, right? So that's very, very good because we want to stay above this because that is what most, technical, traditional, traders, whatever you want to call them, they do consider that to be the sort of, we're in a bull market, we're in a bear market, and we are sort of towing the line as we speak right now. So that's why I said we're not currently out of the waters just yet. In fact, you can see right here, if we do fall below this and we don't have that instant wick, then I would probably look for this intersection right here around the $8,460 level support, and I would keep my eyes on that for sure because I would expect a bounce back. But I do want to actually just point out one thing that is most likely going to happen, and we are going to finally close this month out with a green candle, which is positive. I mean, granted, the thing is though right here is, we still have, I mean, this is just, look at this trend. I mean, it's essentially just putting in, a lower high, a lower high, lower high, and, lower high. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully we can be held at this $8,275 level that sort of held us the past month leading into this one. But realistically, to really get ultimately bullish, you want to get above the $13,885 level because you can see right here, looking at the monthly, excluding these crazy wicks, even when we had the all-time high, that actually essentially was the close for the month. So, very important levels to keep your eyes on. Also want to point out the fact that backed right above me, 284. Let's see what it's doing right now, 407. So the institutions are clearly interested, regardless if they're shorting or longing. You can see that the volume is coming in from the institutional side. So this, I do believe, is good. And I just want to do some quick, super rapid fast news. This was crazy. So this is a deep fake video that was created by Alethea to increase awareness about synthetic media, right? So, I mean, this is basically showing how easy it is for people to, manipulate the media now that you can basically deep fake people's face. And essentially, they put CZ, look at this, on, they put his face on this guy. Now, the reason I don't want to play this, look, there he is right there. I don't want to play this clip. There he is again because it might have copyright, but that is incredible. I will drop the link below. You guys could check that out. But hey, does anybody out there use Bank of America? I actually don't use Bank of America, but apparently they were down and people couldn't access their accounts. Now, Wells Fargo had an issue. I think it was a few months back. You could see that basically it says 73% were related to online banking, 23% followed mobile banking. You can see right here, some users considered this as part of scheduled maintenance. Others mentioned that the bank would certainly inform that beforehand. The Bank America Help Twitter didn't answer either. So basically what I'm getting at right here is, Bitcoin's been working for 99.98% of the time. It's only been down for about 15 hours in its entire existence. And the last time it was down was in 2013, which was very, early, obviously, for Bitcoin. And it clearly has been, patched and it's working perfectly fine. Ever since then, it's literally been running all day, every single day since we had the last 6 hour down. So basically just wanted to point that out. I will drop this below for you, but having a look right now, we are noticing that Bitcoin dominance, it did pull back up. It is starting to pull back down as well. But interestingly enough, you would think that the altcoins would move in the inverse direction, but no, they are also falling as well. So I am looking to get support on this trend overall for altcoins. If we do break this trend, then most likely the same thing that happened with Bitcoin, you will have this resistance become the support. And that probably wouldn't be too good for altcoins, but we need to not jump ahead of ourselves here because we're still well above the line. And actually, if we break out above this 80.47 level, then I am expecting a probably good run for the alts. Now, speaking about some altcoin news, we have Travala. They have added Cardano, ADA, so you can use this if you're looking to utilize Travala to book your hotels. Also, Icon has officially become fully decentralized. They announced today that the network has completed their process and is now governed by community elected public representatives, or PREPs, across the globe. So that is definitely pretty awesome news. And if you guys are familiar with Kim.com, he actually revealed that his new company, K.im, is directly supporting WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange, which I actually think is pretty cool. So basically, K.im supports WikiLeaks, he said, by committing 10% of our transaction fee income to WikiLeaks and Julian's legal team. This may provide sufficient Bitcoin for his defense and enable WikiLeaks to increase its truth-telling capabilities. So stay strong. And finally, ending on some news today. So Bitmain Technologies, the world's leading manufacturer, we talk about them a lot on the channel, of Bitcoin mining equipment, ASIC miners. They apparently have, I don't know why they were secretly filed. I mean, I guess it was a secret, but now the cat's out of the bag, right? For a public IPO. And interestingly enough, this was the kind of weird. It's sponsored by Deutsche Bank. But so that's basically that situation. And that's it for me today, guys. I'm just going to keep it nice and short and sweet. We have been going over all these different key levels. Literally nothing has happened. The charts are not doing anything. We're just waiting to either break down or break out, essentially. And it was really, really interesting to see essentially how, we actually had the support, resistance become support. I actually wasn't really expecting that. So yeah, I'm keeping my eye on it for sure. So let me know what you guys think is going to happen. You can see right here we had that pivot, but yeah. So guys, let me know what you think. Are you short-term bullish, bearish? Are we going to go down and fill the gap, or do you think that we don't have to? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much once again.